if you have a particular block that you're working through, this message might benefit you. So what is the block that you are currently faced with? Let's say it's a money block or a relationship block, but let's go with money block. What's happening? You're looking around and you're saying, yes, I have a block. See, because this is my experience. This is my circumstance. This is what's happening in my life. And you know, because we know everything is energy, you know that you have the ability to create something different. But somewhere, not only have you created a block, but you've also created a belief that you have a block. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? You learn enough to know, oh, I get it. It's a block I placed there. But now you want to get rid of the block. So all you can think about is the block. It's kind of like, on that treadmill, right? That hamster wheel. You just keep going and going and going. So this is how you create your future from your past. And your past is anything a second ago, a second ago, a second ago. So, we are in the now. So every thought you think now creates a past thought. So what do you do about this? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Here's a tool that may benefit you. It's helped a lot of my clients, so I thought I would share this with you. Think about the block that you have. We're going to go with money. Let's say it's a money block. And you're saying, I know I have a money block. I don't know what to do about this. I've tried everything that I know. I've worked with people. I've done the exercises. I've done the tapping. I've done everything that I know how to do. I meditate on it. I talk to my angels. I talk to my guides, and I don't know what to do about it. So what you're doing is you're putting yourself in a state of disbelief, right? Because you don't believe that you don't have money blocks. You believe that you have money blocks. And this is where you want to master this belief. And this technique, this practice can be very beneficial. All right, so here's the thing. Create a list of all the times when you had an abundance of money. Now, you might think, what are you talking about, Nancy? I've never had an abundance of money. But really, if you sit down and you think about it, if you are paying your bills, if the light's on, if you have a car, if you go to the grocery store, you are having an abundance of money, right? So now think about this, and this is going to take some willingness on your part to actually say, all right, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to work on this. Now, create a remember when list. Remember when I went to the store and I bought that XYZ and I felt like it was such a splurge, but I enjoyed it so much? Or remember when that windfall came in and I wasn't even expecting it? Now see, you're having your brain start searching for all of the times you were prosperous, all the time financial prosperity was flowing into you. And that's what you want. Because if you're concentrating on the block, you're telling your mind, think about all the reasons we don't have what we want. But when you're using this remember when list, now you're actually going with scenarios that you personally experienced. So it's very believable for you. And as you continue to grow the list, you start to remember things that were fun for you, that were enjoyable for you. So this changes your energy. This shifts your energy, your vibration around financial prosperity. Now, here's the rub. You might do this and say, okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to give this a try. And it might make you feel good in the moment. And you might even see the needle move a little bit. You'll be like, whoa, I did that and I received this money, or I received this financial prosperity. But then you'll stop. So here's where this can be even more powerful. Create this list and put it in your calendar on your phone so that it's a reoccurring entry in your calendar. Let's say every Thursday morning at 8 o'clock, and you just title it, Remember When. And then every time you want to add to the list, you edit that, you go down and you add to the list. So your list keeps growing and growing and growing. Now, here's what you're doing. You have this list that's in the forefront of your mind. It's easily accessible to you. You can look at it and you can say, oh yeah, remember when XYZ, and you actually start to slide into that feeling and emotion, and it feels really good. So as you're ruminating on that, as you're thinking back on that, and you're remembering, yeah, good times, those were good times. I really enjoyed that because I did X with this and it made me Y with this. So let yourself get involved in the story. You know, it's one thing to create like vision boards where you say, this is what I want. But when you're creating this list from what you've already received, now you're telling your mind, look, we've already done this. We know it's possible. So search around, have your mind search around. Where else can we find this financial abundance? And again, this works with relationships as well. Maybe you have a block around relationships and you're saying, oh man, I'm always attracting the wrong person. There are no good people out there. So you have a block about that. Now, knowing spiritual law, you know that this is something that you've put into place, and you know enough to know that you have a block. And so you're wondering, like, how do I get rid of this block? You can use the same technique for your relationships. So you say, remember when, and whatever relationship you want to have, remember when this was such a romantic night, or remember when we got along really well, or remember when, and you grow your list. But here's the thing. However you're growing this list, whatever topic your block is, and you decide, okay, I'm going to do this, are you going to visit it every single day? Maybe it might even take 10 times a day to visit your list. Look at your list and say, oh yeah, remember when, and allow yourself to get into that feeling nature, because these are your feel-good memories. And this is how you stop creating your future from your past. Because when you're thinking about something negative that you don't want, and you're saying, oh, I have a block around this, now you're concentrating on the block, you're concentrating on all the things the block is creating, the circumstances the block is creating, and you're going to keep building your future on that block. But when you're looking back and you're saying, oh yeah, remember when, now these are feel-good memories. Now these memories, these thoughts are something that you can create your future from, because it's desirable. It's something that you want. It's something that you desire to have, to feel, to be. I would love for you to give this a try. See what it does for you. Leave some comments. Let other people know, hey, I tried this and it worked or it didn't work. Let me know, because we can have a dialogue about why it worked or why it didn't work. And then other people will see this and say, oh, well, maybe I'll give this a try. Or, hey, it didn't work for me and it didn't work for him or her, but I see why it didn't work for that person. And maybe I was doing that as well. Do you see how we collectively learn from each other? How we collectively support each other? Everything is about mastering your beliefs, right? I mean, think about this. When you were a baby and you decided, I'm going to start walking. You made that decision. You had a desire to walk, and you did everything in your power to get up on 2 feet and start walking around, because there was nobody there telling you, you can't do it, you're not rich enough, you're not smart enough, you're not educated enough. In fact, you probably had people saying, yay, good, way to go, you can do this. It's the same thing. You did not have a belief that you could not do it. You had a desire and you had a belief that you were capable of it. Now come forward to however old you are, whatever your desire is. If you're telling yourself, I have a block, okay, what are the beliefs that created the block? And if the block is stumping you, like, I don't know what it is, give yourself a break and step back and use this remember when technique and see how it shifts your energy, changes your vibration, and what desires you manifest accordingly. If you have any questions, visit me at masteringyourbeliefs.com. Get some free resources, check it out, poke around. And in the meantime, this is Nancy Muller, the one and only Life Sensei, saying ciao for now.